Hello everyone, in this video we will be talking about the primary key constraint and foreign key constraint. In our previous video we have talked about different type of clauses, and in this video we will be using the depart database, and inside the database we will create multiple tables having multiple fields. Like we are creating the table called employee, having employee ID field, employee name field, and department ID. And in the employee ID we have assigned a special key, that is primary key. Let us get clear about the primary key at first. Primary key are the unique values, or the field having unique values which will not get repeated in any line or in any records of the database. Like in this case you can see the employee ID, it will not get repeated in any of the record because individual employee have their individual unique employee ID. And if you see in the employee name and department ID, you can see that employee name also can get multiple times in the record, and department ID will also get repeated multiple times in the record cause multiple employee can work under same department. After creating the table employee, we are going to insert some of the values inside the field of employee ID, employee name, and department ID. We have successfully entered inserted the values, and you can see the employee ID are unique values, whereas the employee name or the department ID are not a unique value. Sometimes the name of the employee may get matched, and in this case department ID also get matched cause these employee can work in the same department. Like in the video you can see of department 101, there are multiple records having 101, 102 and 103, but in the case of employee ID, the employee ID is a unique value and we cannot see any repetitions in the field of employee ID. Now let us create another table called departments, and inside the department we are going to create two fields, that is department ID and department name. Here we are assigning department ID as a primary key cause department ID is a unique value given to the name of the department, and there will only be individual ID of department and there will not be multiple department with same name or same ID. So we are declaring department ID as the primary key and department name as the varchar, which is the data type. Now let us insert some of the departments. Like we are going to insert 101 as a marketing department, 102 as the finance department, and 103 as the human resource department. And in this case the department ID is a unique value and assigned to us individual department, so it will not get repeated. Now let us we have successfully created or inserted the values. Now let us change or alter the table employee to create a foreign key. Before that we have to know about what a foreign key is. A foreign key is a special type of key that will act as a bridge, or that will act as a connections between two different type of different type of table. Like we have employee table where department ID, and we have a table of department where there is also presence of department ID field. So we are going to create department ID as a foreign key, and the department ID will work as a bridge between the table employee and the table department. So for that we are going to alter the table employee by the command alter table employee, and we are going to insert the conditions under which the table will be changed. Alter table is a special or a command that will allow us to change the table and the properties of the table. So for after that we are going to alter the table employees, add constant fk department, and a constraint is a kind of gateway that will only allows certain data to be entered if the data fulfill the requirements. So it is like a checkpoint, and it will check whether the data meets the requirement or not. And the foreign key is department ID, and we have take the reference from the table departments and the field department ID. So the department ID will work as or act as a bridge between the employee table and the department's table, because both of the table have the common field department ID, and this is the only field that is able to make a connections between the two different table. Now let us select from the employee. Okay, we have successfully created the employee ID field, employee name, and department ID. And here you can see the employee ID being a unique value, and do not have any kind of repetitions more than once. And department ID is also a primary key, but it is also a foreign key in this case. So in this case, the foreign key do not allows the user to enter any other department ID rather than 101, 102 or 103. That means a user cannot enter the department ID 104 or 105 or any other. Let us see, like we have created a record with 11 employee ID, and we are going to create the ID department different than user. So we already have 101, 102 and 103 department ID. So in this case we are using 104, and let us try to run it and let us see what the output will come. Okay, you can already see there that there is a fail or there is a conflict in the SQL query, because the foreign key is not letting or is acting as a constraint, because 104 field 104 ID is not described in the value of department. So this is the functions, or this is the property of a foreign key. It will not allow any other records or any other IDs to be entered which are not defined before. So I hope you guys have understood what the primary key, foreign key, and the primary key and foreign key constraint are. Thank you for watching the videos.